Okay, so we're back out here with Slider, and Slider has not yet had a bit in his mouth ever, okay? And what I'm gonna expose him to, obviously, is not only the bit being in his mouth, but the whole bridling process. Now, to do this, I'm probably going to leave the halter on him for the first little bit. And this is at the end of a session with him. This is usually how I'll start this process. But when I do this with him, I put my right hand and teach them this position. My right hand will go between their ears. That's to control the up and down. My left hand is going to go on the bridge of his nose and ask him basically to hug me here, okay? Now to start this, I'm going to put my fingers in two different places, both sides, as it is, in the corners of their mouth, okay? I'm going to ask him to open it. There, okay. So my middle finger right in this right side, okay? Teach him to open that up. I'm also, at the same time, going to teach him on the left side with my thumb, okay? Now, if you look at a horse's mouth, see the gap, the teeth stop right about within the line of that nostril, and then they don't start again until back here, okay? So I'm cueing right here on his gum, okay? So when I put my thumb here, I'm teaching him to open that mouth, notice that, okay? So when he does, I release that pressure. And if I start this horse right as a colt, he will never learn to lock that jaw in tight and not open his mouth, okay? One of the big reasons that a lot of horses' bridling problems are created is because the handlers get in too much of a hurry and they cram that bit up, okay? Let's remember, it's a piece of metal going in their mouth. All of you have been to the dentist before and felt the dentist tools, know how uncomfortable that can be, okay? So I'm really not trying to create something where this bit is causing him discomfort on his teeth, okay? So once they're starting to open his mouth, just like Slider is nice here, right hand between the ears, I'll grab the top of the bridle here, okay? Now my left hand, if you watch how my hands are placed, my middle finger is holding this open. The back side of my middle finger holds the outside of that snaffle, and my thumb holds the inside of this, okay? See, and I can hold it open. Great positioning because I've already taught my horse by that thumb to open his mouth. Now slow down with this, okay? Wait for that mouth to open. Don't cram that in. Now I'm going to hold him back or ask him to come back in that position. Left hand hug, right hand down, okay? So this is the first time he's felt that bit in his mouth, and he's going to chew. It's a little bit big for him. We'll get that adjusted here. Just a second. We'll put this throat latch on. We're going to tighten this down. Okay? And they're always going to chew the first couple times with this. Actually, we need a smaller bridle. But it's no matter when we start this for the first time. He's got a small little head. We're just going to let him feel the sensation of that bit in his mouth. Okay? Now, a lot of times, there's a lot of different theories on this and everything else. And sometimes a horse will put their tongue over that bit. I don't worry about that at all. Some people go, well, it's not supposed to be there. I know. And if that horse feels enough discomfort in that, they'll pull it back. If they can roll their tongue over it, they can pull their tongue back, okay? So a tighter bit fit on him would help that situation to not go over. But I don't care about that right now. I just want him to feel this thing in his mouth and get used to feeling that, okay? Now there's so many different things you could do at this point, right? We could tie our reins up so that those don't fall down, wrap them around the saddle horn, whatever. I do want to keep these loose so that they're not pulling on his mouth though, okay? This mouth moving forward now, I want to treat that like gold, okay? It's a valuable thing to me. I want that mouth to never be getting damaged, getting pulled on harshly, bruised, right? Anything that's causing him discomfort or pain. So you could take him for a walk at this point. You could do some other groundwork, whatever. But this chewing and things in that feel will happen sometimes for half an hour, 45 minutes, hour, sometimes more than that, okay? So at the end of a lesson is a great time to introduce that bit on those horses and really let them get comfortable with that. You know they're getting comfortable with that bit in their mouth when they stop chewing, okay? Once they do that, then I'll start bending and flexing and working through that, okay? But that might be a day or two before he's really comfortable with that, okay? So we're ending our session today with putting that bit in his mouth. It's a great place to stop. Just let him hold that as we take him back into the barn and things. I hope that helps. We'll see you down the trail.